So let's wait a few minutes before we start. So good morning. Good morning, Amjad. Good morning. So we're gonna work first on, and Faiz now join. So we're gonna go first to the worksheet. Nice haircut, ya Amjad. So we're gonna go first to the worksheet and we will be doing this worksheet. This is an extra. Good morning, ya Faiz. Good morning, my dear.
Yes, I did the worksheet.
I know, ya Faiz.
It was so easy.
I've received it on eSchool. So let's discuss a little bit about it. Let's discuss it before we go to the poetry or how to write a poem. Let's discuss what is in the worksheet. Faiz, read the first one.
Okay. Fill in the correct form of the verb, all tenses.
It's all
They
tenses,
have
all tenses. So they have been, yes, yeah. Dear, I posted with this worksheet, I've posted the answers. So they have been in Chicago
Yeah,
for 20 years. Why we use have been?
this have been
Okay, why did we use have? Because there is for when there's
there's four.
okay, the word for and since tells you to use the present perfect. So they have been in Chicago for 20 years. Choose your Fayez, someone to read number 2.
Okay. So everybody did, right?
No one did yet.
No.
Me?
Yes.
Yes, Ahmad. Yes, yeah, Ahmad. I still read it.
I saw a wonderful film in the cinema last night.
Okay, why did we use the simple past?
What?
Why did we use the simple past? Why did we use
The simple because I saw it's in the past, so.
Okay, yeah, Ahmad, but there's an expression that tells you about the past that's last night. Last night tells you that we are in the past. Oh, sorry. Ahmad,
Yes, that's in the past. Not only.
Ahmad, I'm asking you which words or clue words tell you the past. It's last night, okay? That's why we wrote so. Ahmad, choose someone for number 3 to read number 3. Ahmad, choose someone to read number 3.
Yeah, I'm picking.
Yeah.
I'll pick Munir.
Munir, number 3, the sun.
Number 3, the sun rose at 6:38 yesterday morning.
Okay, what's the expression that tells you the past?
The rise.
Dear,
Rose.
the verb is rose. Why did we write rose? Why did we write rose? What's the clue word? Yesterday. Yesterday. Choose your Munir someone.
I will choose Isa. Miss, I will choose Isa.
Aisa, read number 4.
Okay. The sun was shining when the climber reached Mount Everest.
Okay, why did we use was shining, Aisa? What's the word that or the expression that tells you the sun was shining when the climber reached Mount Everest?
Miss, your sound is lagging.
Is it?
Miss, I can hear you well.
Okay, Aisa, which word tells you, which clue word tells you for the continuous? Why did we use the present, the past continuous? When, excellent, Aisa, choose someone.
Miss, I think I had something some wrong.
Yeah, check your answers.
I don't have.
Munir did,
Miss,
Faiz did, Ahmad did, and you only. You have Aya, Lin, Dala, Amjad didn't do.
No, wait. Yeah, me, Munir, and Faiz did.
Only.
Miss Faiz, me and Ahmed and Isa did the just.
Yeah, I know, dear.
Yeah, we still have Dala, Lin Kharat, Aya, Amjad.
Yeah,
Amjad.
Amjad, number 5.
Miss Hasna, I sent you the homework.
I know, Yalin, I know. We are discussing it only, discussing it before we go to the poetry. Yes, yeah, Amjad?
Miss, can you send it on eSchool?
I've did, yeah, Ahmad, and I'm gonna send it today also. So,
Yes.
so Amjad, can
I
you?
promise.
Yes, I promise that. Number 5.
I promise that I will not tell this secret to anyone.
So I promise that I will not. This is in the future. I will not. If it's a secret, I'm not gonna tell it, and it's a promise, and the promise is not for now, right? Yeah, Amjad?
Yeah.
It's not done for now. Okay. So thank you, Amjad. Pick someone. You have Dalalin and Aya.
Yes, I choose Lin.
Lian, number 6.
That's number 6.
Yeah.
And furniture.
Unfortunately,
Just as we got to the airport, their plane was taking off.
so we used was taking off because we have just the time when we went. As we reached there, the plane was taking. So because we have the word or the expression just. Lian, you have Dala and Aya. Ask someone to read number 7 and 8.
Dala.
Dala. Read number 7, ya Dala.
Okay. They go to the movies only once in a while.
So the verb is go, and it says go because
Yes.
Miss,
yes.
they,
So they go to the no, not because we have the yeah, Munir, because this is a habit that they usually do. They always do. Okay.
Okay.
So Aya, number 8. Aya, read number 8.
I was tired yesterday because I had not slept when the night before.
Okay, so we have the word yesterday, and there's because. Well, to explain your cause, you have to use, you cannot say I was tired yesterday because I slept well, or I didn't sleep well. You can say like this, I had not slept, I in the past, you have to use the past perfect. So let's go, I will stop over here. Let's go to the poem. I want you first to open your book on page. Let me check the page number for you. I think 100, 100, 101.
Okay, miss, we passed 100,
Yeah.
like we passed 100.
So we still have 3 more, number 8, 9, and 10. And then we will go to the writing.
Miss, which page?
101, I think, yeah, Amjad. Or 2, I don't.
101?
101 or 102.
It's page 97, I think. Yeah,
97?
because they...
Yeah, أنت بص.
Yeah, it's page 97, not
Oh, it's
100.
the same page number as mine.
Wait, go down?
Yeah, it is 97 on my book.
Okay.
Yeah, so good. So now we are on the
That's
same.
97.
Miss, but not the same thing. Like this one. Remember, you should choose a poetic.
Yeah.
It's on page 98 on our book.
Okay, so let's do 8, 9, and 10 very quickly. Fill up with the correct form of verbs. Start ya Fayez. Number 8.
Okay. Number 8. Fill up with correct form of verbs. Your letter yesterday. I received.
I received your letter yesterday in the past.
Miss, can I also read the poem?
Miss, I don't have this on.
Yeah, it's not found in the
So I
book.
don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it on
Yeah,
the book.
no one has it.
No one has
it.
got this one. No one has got this one, but we will do it orally like yesterday. Yes, Munir, read number 9.
Fill up
Can
the
I
correct
do the
form
poem?
of verb. When you at him, when you laugh at him, where you laugh?
Were you?
When you laughing at him,
Were you laughing at him? Because there is where. That's continuous.
yeah.
Ayah number 10.
Fill up with correct from verbs. We, our country. Our country.
Yeah. So we serve. What do you say? We served or we serve, it stays serve. Or we are serving.
Served.
We served our country or we serve, we always do that. So we always do that, yeah, Aya, it stays serve. We serve our country. I know, Yalin, I know, but we are doing it orally. I have it on my book. I don't know why on your book it's not found. Maybe printing, they didn't print it out or something like that. So we're gonna go to the writing part now. First of all, you have to know your writing is about poem. We have many kinds of poems. So we have many kinds of poems.
Miss Hasna, we write it?
No, we will now learn how to write a poem, okay, Yalin? And the shapes of
Can
poem.
I read the poem?
Before you read the
Can I read the
poem,
poem?
before you read Ya Fayez, I know that you would like to read it. I want you to watch this video about how to write a poem, and it's for beginners, for the starter. We'll start with this.
Miss Hasna, can I tell you something?
Yes.
I am the literal champion of poems.
You are.
I always write poems. Always.
Poems are wonderfully.
I'm very good at it.
They're
So
wonderful.
I don't need any learning.
So I want you to learn, Ya Ahmad, the shapes of poem. We have different kinds of poems.
Well, actually, the most important part of all the poem is rhyme.
Not only Ahmad, listen, there's some poems, they don't have rhyming words at the end. Okay?
No, it doesn't need to be at the end. Maybe at the first, maybe in the middle.
No, 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 no.
Hey kids, we are going to learn.
Some poems, each poem has its own rules. So listen to this and you will see that we have different kinds of poems that you don't know about yet, or you have never heard about. So let's start with the parts of a
Okay.
poem. First of all, a poem should have a voice or a speaker. It means someone who's speaking. And then a poem should have lines, then a stanza, then rhyme and scheme or scheme.
About the
See,
parts
I
of the
told
poem.
you
We're gonna learn everything that poems
the
have
part is the
and
rhyme.
how it's different than other types of writing. Stay tuned. This is the page I'm using in this video. If you want to grab yourself a copy, you can click the link in the description box.
So look at this. This is very important. So the first thing you should know, the speaker in the poem, which could be the poet or the character the poet created. So the one who's like you now, you're gonna be the poet, you're gonna write the poem. I'm gonna be a poet, I'm gonna be the speaker or the voice. The second one, a single line of text from left to right. So each line is called a line. Each sentence you write, it could be a half sentence or a phrase or a sentence. This is called line. A group of lines separated by space is a stanza. And mostly they are 4 lines. They are made up of 4 lines to make one stanza. And then the pattern of rhymes within the poem. The patterns of rhyme, it means how we put rhyming words. Okay?
Below, or you can just keep watching and see what you learn. For this activity, you're going to need some scissors, a glue stick, some highlighters or colored pencils, and I'm using some pens because they show up really well in the videos, but you can just use a pencil in case
Should
you make a
we get those?
All right, so you need to get this piece cut out, just cut around the outside black lines,
What,
and then you're going
Ahmed?
to cut this out, and you're going to have to cut
Should we bring glue and pens and scissors?
No, 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 Ahmed. This one, they are telling you you can apply it on any poem later at home. You can put the parts of the poem like they are doing. So who's the speaker? Where's the lines? Where are the groups of lines? And where are the rhyming words?
close to that dotted line because it's going to have to fit inside of here. So when you get those two things cut out, you can join me again. So go ahead and pause the video. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold on these lines. So just turn the paper so that you can fold and see the black line. So you're just going to fold it so that you can get it right on that black line. And then you're going to fold this one, and you kind of want it to meet in the
Now, from
middle
where are we going to bring this paper?
and open like a...
Okay, Faiz, you can do it now. You can't bring it. If we were at school, we will be doing this one for sure on the copybook. But because you're at home, you can't print it out. So
This, I hope we're at school.
I hope we go back.
That's
We will.
okay. I think like 2 days, 1 day, like tomorrow. I think they said that we're going to school, but I don't know when.
They are saying that, yeah, Ahmad, but I don't think we will be able to go back to school. I don't know.
Man,
little book. So you may have to
I
a
will.
little bit to get it to meet just
Yes,
right.
Yes, yeah, Faiz.
Miss, I went on to school on Tuesday.
You're gonna pass by school.
My dad wanted to pay for the school.
Yeah. The fees, okay. So I'm not going now, yeah, Faiz, you won't see me there because I'm home giving online. So let's continue.
I may be
Yeah, I know.
a little
Everyone's online.
too much, but it's okay. It works. You just kind of want to get it. See, I got it a little bit off, but that's okay. So once you've got it folded like that, you are going to glue this section, and it says to cut along the dotted lines, but we're going to glue first. It just works better that way. And you really want to get this outside done, and then I just put like a big X in the center. Okay, and then you're going to put this down and kind of center it on the page, and then just open it up and smooth it down there. And you may play with your folds a little bit more, but they don't have to be perfect. Then you're gonna open it up, and this piece that you cut out before, you're gonna glue right inside so that when this closes, it's gonna be like a little book that you're opening inside. So just kind of make sure it fits. You may have to trim some off on the edge. And then I like to put the glue inside.
Miss Hiba,
Here.
Miss Hasna, if you want, I can make you a poem.
Yeah, you will, ya Ahmad, for sure, you will.
And
So
then
let's
just
see.
line it up on one side and you should be good to go. And then just smooth it out. Okay, if you need to pause the video and catch up, you can do that. So we're going to be talking about several things that you'll find.
So this is what we will be doing later. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can do it. We can assign a day where you can prepare and you can draw this on a piece of paper and fold them and do this stuff. Okay, so we can prepare. If you want, I can send this on eSchool, and I want you to make the same like it. Okay, so if you want, I can save it. And then I want you to do it. You saw how they did it, right?
Really, we can do a project.
Yeah, so we can assign ya Ahmad a day where we can apply this one. So she did all of that to show you the parts of poem. We will continue.
Find in poetry. Voice or speaker, okay? That's who is speaking in the poem. The poem doesn't necessarily have to be spoken by the person who wrote it. They could be a grown woman, but she's writing like she's a little girl or writing like she's a cat. It doesn't matter. It's just who's speaking. Lines, we're going to learn what those are, a stanza and a rhyme scheme. We're going to go ahead and read the poem first. This
Rhyme
is
scheme
a
when you
poem
rhyme.
by Jack Preletsky. He's one of my favorite poets. He writes a lot of poetry for kids, and they're usually pretty funny. This poem is called I Met a Dragon Face to Face. I met a dragon face to face the year when I was 10. I took a trip to outer space.
So before we read the poem, or she reads the poem, I Met a Dragon Face to Face. It's a poem by Jack Preletsky. So who's the speaker here? Who's the speaker?
Now, before you start, poems, you cannot read them like I met a dragon face to face. You need more energy and action. Like
Great,
I met a
Ahmad,
dragon
great,
face to
great.
face.
So you have to make it as a song. You have to show some expressions. So who's the speaker in this poem? Who's the speaker? Who wrote this poem?
By Jack Preletsky.
Preletsky. So Jack Preletsky, she's the one, or he's the one who wrote this poem. He's the speaker. So let's continue.
A lot of poetry for kids, and they're usually pretty funny. This poem is called I Met a Dragon Face to Face. I met a dragon face to face the year when I was 10. I took a trip to outer space. I braved a pirate's den. I wrestled with a wicked troll and fought a great white shark. I trailed a rabbit down a hole. I hunted for a snark. I stowed aboard a submarine. I opened magic doors. I traveled in a time machine and searched for dinosaurs. I climbed atop a giant's head. I found a pot of gold. I did all this in books I read when I was 10 years old. So did you think about who was writing? Did you think about who was telling this? Well, that's the first thing we're actually going to talk about. We're going to talk about voice or speaker. And when we talk about that, we're actually going to look for things and highlight them in blue. So I'm going to color code this right here in blue. And then I'm going to look at the definition over here. The speaker in a poem, which could be the poet, or it could be a character the poet created. So it could be the poet, or it could be a character that he or she created. It could be an animal. All right, now we're going to open it up and we're going to look for some clues to help us find the speaker in this poem. Now, some of the clues I see is I see the word I, and we know when we see I, it's talking about the character who's speaking, or it could be the author, it could be the poet. So I'm going to find all of these I's and notice these. And I see a lot more down here that are actually being a little bit more specific. So when I look at this, it says, So this person is saying all of these amazing things he did. Met a dragon, was in a pirate's den, wrestled with a troll, trailed a rabbit down a hole. Do these things sound like things he really did, or maybe things that happened in his imagination? Was aboard a submarine, opened magic doors, traveled in a time machine. Realistically,
Yes,
he
you're
didn't actually
fine.
do all of these things. But it says down here at the bottom, it gives
So the speaker is
First of all,
yes.
Miss Hasna, so what's a snark?
What? I hunted for a snark. What's a snark? Who knows what's a snark? Try to guess it, ya Faiz.
Wait, I'm gonna search it up on Google.
No, don't search it. Don't search it. Try to guess what's a snark.
Miss, it's look with the shark.
Maybe it is an animal or something, right?
Yeah, Miss, but first of all, trolls are not real, and dinosaurs are don't
So
exist.
it could be imaginary, ya Faiz, right?
Yeah,
So
I know.
things could be imaginary. So let's go to the character is I.
us the actual answer. I did all
So yeah, Faiz, a snark could be it's an imaginary animal. It could be any animal, okay? But it's imaginary, not real.
this in books I read when I was 10 years old. So this is the speaker is really remembering all the adventures they had by reading books. So we're going to write over here a little note, and actually I think I'm going to put a little arrow right here and make it down here. I think I'll be
A snark
better
is
off.
an insect that crawls with 6 legs and has a creepy eye.
A snark is an imaginary animal, okay?
Yeah.
Down here, and we're just going to write a note. Okay, so we've got our note at the bottom. The speaker is a person remembering when they were young, and that's who is telling the story here. Now, it probably is really Jack Proletsky remembering when he was young, but he has other poems he writes when it's not a real story and it's not something that really happened to him, and it may be an animal or it may be a made-up creature. But in this case, it really is a person remembering adventures they had
Guys, we won't be able to write it now. Let's go quickly to the lines.
through books when they were young.
The first thing you need to look for is the pronouns or the things that tell you about the character.
So go ahead and write that down at the bottom just to remind ourselves that that's who the speaker is. You can pause the video if you need to. Now you're thinking, well, I can draw a line, but what is a line in poetry? It is a single line of text from left to right. So those are words. It doesn't go the same way that a book does, where the sentences just keep on going and it's a complete sentence and you know it ended because there's a period or a question mark. But poetry just goes from left to right. And so every line from left to right is one line. It doesn't have to be a
So from the beginning till the point is a line. I stood aboard a submarine. I opened magic doors. All of these, I met a dragon face to face.
Complete sentence, and
it should be from the beginning till the ending mark.
Some poems don't have any punctuation at the end, and some poems do. It's just kind of up to the author how they want to do it. So we're going to underline in pink one single line of text. I met a dragon face to face.
This is a line. All of these, if you count them, they are made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 lines. 16 lines. So let's go to the one after it.
Groups of sentences are called paragraphs. And in poetry, the groups of lines are called stanzas. And we're going to do this in green.
So we're not going to say from now on paragraphs. We will say stanza for poem. A group of lines is called stanza.
A group of lines separated by a space. That's what it is. It's just a group of lines. All right, and when we open it up, we can see that we've got a group of lines here, and then there's like a bigger space here, and then we've got a group of lines here. So this poem has 8 lines grouped together, and then 8.
So it's made up of how many stanzas? How many stanzas? How many stanzas are there in this poem?
16.
No, how many stanzas?
No,
You have two stanzas and 16 lines. 2 stanzas and 16 lines.
8 more lines
Each stanza is made up of 8 lines, okay?
grouped together, and that makes 2 stanzas. So each group is a stanza. Instead of a paragraph, it's a stanza. So I'm going to just draw a box around this stanza. Okay? And
So
that's
these are
stanza 1.
specific
and
rules
this
to
is
make a
stanza
poem.
2.
Yeah.
And you could say that this is line 1, line 2, and you could go all the way down and count. About in this video is rhyme scheme. You've probably heard the word rhyme before, and you probably recognize rhyming words, but you've probably never heard the word scheme. All it means is the pattern of rhymes within the poem. It's just where the rhymes are at and what the pattern is. So if we look at
So mostly the rhyming words come at the end of the lines and not, it means line 1 you have face and the space. Line 2 you have then and then. So they are
a rhyming word.
Yeah. So
Here's a rhyming word. Tell, said.
Yes. So here, ya Faiz, if we're gonna look, you have to look at the rhyming words at the end of each line. And you see face rhymes with what? With the third line that is space. With the word third line. Yes.
Wait, were you teaching us in grade 2? I don't remember.
Yeah, I've taught you.
Miss, you told us in grade 2 that rhyming words in we can't put rhyming words in the beginning.
Yeah, so rhyming words we have to look at the end of the line.
this poem, we can actually find some rhymes at the end of the lines. And usually your rhymes are always going to be at the end of the line. Sometimes you'll have them in the middle, but if there's rhymes in a poem, they're going to most often be found at the end of the line. So let's just look at some of these. We've got face and 10. Those clearly don't rhyme. And then I've got space. Well, face and space rhyme. So I'm going to do a highlight on face and a highlight on space. And then I go down here to den. Well, 10 and den rhyme, so that's a different rhyme. I'm going to circle 10 and circle den, because those rhyme. Then I've got troll and shark. Those don't rhyme. Then I've got hole. Well, troll and hole rhyme. I'm going to do a triangle over troll and a triangle over hole. And then I've got shark and then hole. It doesn't rhyme. And then I've got snark. A snark is just like a fictitious creature. So shark and snark rhyme. So I'm going to do a box around them. So the pattern, if we look at the pattern, we can actually label it. And we can label it with letters. So what we'll do is we'll say the first rhyme is always going to be A. So this is A. 10 doesn't rhyme with face, so that's a new rhyme. That's B. Space rhymes with face, so that's an A.
So
Den rhymes.
Look at the pattern. So face rhymes with A, so it will be A, and 10 and then will be B. And you have a troll and hole C, and shark and snark D.
Rhymes with 10, so that's a B. Troll doesn't rhyme with any of those, so it's a new letter. It's a C. Shark doesn't rhyme with any of those, so it's a new letter. It's a D. Hole rhymes with troll, so what's it going to be? Yeah, it's going to be a C. And snark rhymes with shark, so it's going to be a D. So the rhyme pattern here is A, B, A, B. And then if we kept going, since this is in the same stanza, C, D, C, D, but it's just going to keep repeating. It's going to be A, B, 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 A, B through the whole poem. It's going to be every other line rhymes. And that's a pretty common rhyme scheme that you'll find. Sometimes you'll have A, A, B, B, or sometimes you'll have A, B, A, C. So you'll just have 2 lines that rhyme and then 2 lines that don't. But this one, every other line rhymes. Okay, go ahead and mark that down. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video.
So that was the video. Before we go to the book, these are the main characteristic or traits of writing a poem. Let's read, Faiz. I want you to start reading. Read a poem is a piece of writing.
Miss, can I read after Faiz?
Porshuri Ahmad.
Okay. Writing. Poem. A poem. Wait, let me read it from the book. Of writing that often has
A particular
particular
rhythm and rhyme scheme.
scheme. Poetry can take many forms.
Such as
The student model on the next page is writing prompt. Write a poem about teamwork. Writer's checklist. Remember, you should choose a poetic form in which to write. Use figurative language to show sensory details. Use rhythm and rhyme in your poem. Use common
and the proper nouns correctly.
This has not so goodbye.
Okay, dear. So these are the things that you need to do to write a poem. I'll see you tomorrow.
Miss, I'm gonna try to write.
Okay, don't start now, yeah, Faiz. Let's decide what kind of poem you're gonna write, and then you will write one, okay?
Miss, imagination poem, funny poem.
There's no, not that one. And there's kinds.
Oh.
There's the shape poem. There is acrostic poem. There is
Oh.
many kinds of poems. So see you tomorrow. Bye.